All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome. We're going to start down on our mats. So if you have any injuries, feel free to modify any of the exercises. We're going to be doing some balance work and a little bit of work on our back and some mobility stuff as well. So we're just going to start by lying down. Find that comfortable position. Just nice sort of relaxed spine. We just start with our breathing. So taking that deep breath in through the nose. And then we exhale through the mouth. And just continue that breath and really just enjoy taking a minute for yourself. Because it might only be, if you've got your kids there, it might only be a minute that you get. You might only get a breath today, depending on the kids. If you want to, you can place your hands on your rib cage, and as we breathe in, we're going to expand our rib cage. And then as we exhale, we're bringing the ribs back closer together. So we take that deep breath in, expanding the rib cage. Exhale, bringing ribs back together. You want to feel the ribs expand onto your mat as well. Start to feel the weight of your body on your mat. If there's any sort of one side heavier than the other, make sure that both hips are even, both heels are even. We're even through our spine, shoulders, head and neck. And if you need to be reminded, hip width apart, feet together, heels apart, feet apart, that's hip width apart. We don't need to over-exaggerate the size of our hips. So our hips aren't that big. All right, let's set our posture from our head to our feet. So we inhale to take head back. As we exhale, bringing chin to chest and pressing the back of the head down into the mat. So inhale to look back behind. Exhale, chin to chest, press the back of the head down. Really feel the back of the neck lengthening. And then we find halfway between those 2 points, a little bit of a double chin. Shoulders soft down away from the ears, and then we take hands up in front of shoulders. So we're inhaling to reach forward. We're going to exhale to squeeze shoulder blades together. Try to keep that neck in neutral as well. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to squeeze. And happy 1st of December too. Only 25 days till Christmas or something like that. I'll ask at the end because if you're watching the recording, you won't be able to answer me, but I don't have my Christmas tree up yet, and I plan on putting it up today, and I've been delaying it because I am one of those people that's like, either Christmas Eve I'm putting a tree up, or sometimes I don't put a tree up at all. Relax the hands down by your sides. Make sure the shoulder blades are nice and flat. Relax the hands down by your sides. We're going to pull our belly in from our pubic bone all the way up to our rib cage. So try and really make the waist nice and small. As we exhale, we're tilting that pubic bone to our belly button. Trying not to press into our feet. Then we're going to inhale to take back to center. Exhale, pubic bone into the floor. Thank you. Inhale, center.
It's Dad.
No, it's not Dad. I hope it's not Dad. I hope it's a delivery though. Please do not go out the front. I really need to start looking my front door because he runs out. Center. So as we exhale, we're squeezing belly in. We're trying to tilt pubic bone to belly button. We inhale center. We exhale pubic bone down into the floor. We inhale center. Oh, that's my sister. It's going to get really noisy in a second. She said lunchtime she was coming. Anyway, it's fine. Life never goes to plan, hey? All right, so find that center. Let's take our index fingers together, thumbs together, place it on our pelvis. Just take that quick look up, make sure the index fingers and thumbs line up. Then we take our hands down by our side. So we've got our feet set, we've got our pelvis set. Let's do our core activation before we get into everything. So we're going to activate our pelvic floor, our transverse abdominis, and then our muscles at the back of the hips. So it doesn't matter whether you inhale or exhale on this. We're going to engage pelvic floor. As we lift pelvic floor, we're gently engaging our transverse, gently squeezing the muscles at the back of the hips, holding as long as we can, and then we let it go and relax. So we engage pelvic floor, we gently pull in the transverse, we gently squeeze the back of the hips, holding and then releasing. I'm going to do 2 more. Engaging, holding, relaxing. Last one. And remember that you only need to switch your core muscles or pelvic floor muscles on when you need to. They should automatically sort of switch on. And if they don't, then that's when you want to remind them. Let's go into our hip roll. So we want to inhale, tilt pubic bone to belly button. As we exhale, we're going to round the spine, lifting vertebrae by vertebrae off the mat, rounding all the way up. We're going to take a deep breath in here, hold, try and really squeeze and engage your glutes. And then as we exhale, we're slowly rounding, releasing vertebrae by vertebrae again. The pelvis is always the last thing to reset. Then we go again. So we're inhaling, pubic bone to belly button. As we exhale, pressing into the feet, rounding the spine, lifting vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to the top. Holding at the top for a breath in. And then exhale, rounding down. And then keep going. I want you to imagine that you're squeezing and engaging a ball between your knees. And so we're engaging our inner thighs as we lift now. And really take your time. Pay attention to your spine. So as you lift, pay attention to whether there's vertebrae lifting all at once, or if there's if you've got a stiff spot, really try and work on that to release it. Sometimes if we have a whole heap of vertebrae that lift off at once, it's just a sign that we're stiff through those joints. So we want to be able to mobilize that as well. All right, so let's come down. Let's just take the knees side to side. Just release the spine. Now, if you can, I've never been strong enough to do this, but if you can tuck your chin and sort of curl yourself up to a seated position. If not, you're just going to sit up however you feel comfortable. I admire the people that can go from lying to seated, but I am not one of them. Never have been, which is weird. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. You can take your hands behind your knees. Level 1 is here. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale around the spine. We're going to exhale to rock back as far as we can control. Shoulders relax as we hold for a breath in. Then we exhale to come back up. When you come back up, really sit yourself up nice and tall. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. So again, we inhale to round the spine. We exhale to rock back. Level 1, hands behind. Inhale to hold. Exhale to release and lift. Now, level 2, we just take the hands out in front. So same movement, same breath. Hold and sit up tall. And really use those abdominals to drag you up. Try not to use the hip flexors. Try to just use the abs to lift you. And that'll help you control a bit better as well. So level 3 when you're ready. So we shift back. We're going to lift the arms up overhead. Now, as we sit up, I want you to sit tall. Try and squeeze your shoulders together. So we're really, really tall, and then we come back. Inhale to round, exhale to shift back. We're going to lift up overhead and then reach and sit up nice and tall. So inhale to round, exhale, shift. Inhale, arms up, exhale, lift up. So 2 more if we can, at whatever level you feel comfortable with. The hip flexors are going to really start to bite you, and that's okay. Last one here. We're going to hold. I want you to do 10 little lifts. So either here for 10 or here for 10, whatever feels better for you. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just relax. Take your hands around your feet. Knees bent. Shoulders nice and rounded. We're going to exhale to press forward. Just round the spine. Inhale to release back. If you want to walk your feet out a little bit further, you can. So exhale to press. Inhale to relax. Exhale to press. Inhale to relax. We're rounding the spine. and just getting a nice stretch all the way through the back side of our body. So from here, we're going to just flip over onto our hands and knees. Okay, hands and knees. So hands directly under shoulders, knees are directly under hips. Make sure that we find that neutral spine. So we're not rounded, we're not arching. We've got nice pressure through those fingertips. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to take that deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're just going to lift the knees off the mat just a little bit. Inhale, relax. So you exhale to lift the knees a little bit. Inhale to relax. So exhale, inhale. So up to you, shift line, baby. So you're going to do 2 more. On the last one, I just want you to lift and then walk your way back to the base of your mat. Yes, baby. You're great. That's so good. Well done. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale to reach up overhead. As we exhale, we're going to tuck the chin, soft knees. We're going to tuck the chin, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the base of our mat. When we get to the base of our mat, place your hands flat, bend your knees, take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to straighten the knees. Inhale, back down, and then exhale, rolling back up, rounding that spine, back to center. So we inhale up overhead, exhale, tuck the chin, soft knees, round the spine. Feel the stretch between each vertebrae. Feel gravity dragging you down. Hands flat to your mat. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, straightening the knees. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, reaching. Again, restacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's take 1 more down. So 1 more down. Hands down, and we're going to stay. So we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to press up. Inhale, bending down. So if you need to, you can place your hands on your knees. So if it's too much of a stretch, place your hands on your knees, bend and straighten. Otherwise, hands on, bend and straighten. And then come into a standing position. So standing up nice and tall, restacking vertebrae. And what we're going to do is I want you to feel your big toe, I'm going to come forward a little bit, big toe, little toe, and the center of your heel touching either the floor or your mat, whatever you are on today. And from here, we're just going to bend softly. So a little bit of a bend without shifting weight too much. We're going to balance on our right leg, extending our left leg. So you're going to see like I'm shifting a little to balance, extended leg. Hips are level, so we're not lifting one hip higher. Find that level, balance. As we exhale, we're going to lift and lower. Now, obviously, if you're all at home, so if you want to use a wall to do it and balance, and you can have hand on the wall just for that little bit of extra support, please feel free to do so. Now, I want you to think about lengthening the leg right away from the body. This one you're going to feel in the quads. I want you to try and squeeze the knees. Guys, you're getting too loud. Isabel and Lachlan, you're getting too loud. Isabel and Lachlan, you're getting too loud. You're getting too loud. You're getting too loud. Don't play in Lachlan's room. And then we're going to flex the foot. We're going to take it out to the side without, again, leaning. We want to stay up nice and tall. We're going to exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So we're going to feel that left glute working, right glute and right arch of the foot are going to be really working nice and hard. So we've got 4, exhale to lift, 3, 2, 1. Keep the foot flexed. You're going to take the toes behind, leaning slightly forward. Now, when I say slightly, I only mean slight. Flex foot, straight leg, exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So you can have your hands wherever you feel you need to. If you want a chair in front of you for balance again, you can. It's totally up to you. You can come join us, baby, if you want to, but you've got to be quiet. Oh, okay then. We've got 5, That right leg should really be sort of giving you some heat here. 3, 2, 1, coming, standing. Give it a little shake. So that right leg should have really worked hard. The left leg now we're going to balance on. So taking weight, shifting that weight onto the left side. So reset your neutral. Big toe, little toe, center of the heel in the mat. Take the weight to the left, extending right leg out, squeezing the knee muscles all the way up to the hip. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower, and hands wherever you feel comfortable. So imagine that I've got you by the ankle and I'm pulling you away. So exhale to lift, inhale, exhale, inhale. So breathe. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the foot. Take it out to the side, but still with that little bit of a bend. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. 1. I also did these in my class last night. So I'm feeling that it did something. My muscles are a little bit sore, which is nice. Nice to feel. So here we are for 5 again. Breathing, balancing, center yourself. Big toe, little toe, center of the heel, always. If you need to lift up through your transverse a little bit more, you can. And then taking toes behind, slight lean forward, with straight leg, lifting up. So if you can imagine your leg is like a plank of wood. So it does not bend. We do not bend the plank. The plank stays good straight. We're really trying to squeeze that right glute. And as we get to the top of the movement, we're really trying to lengthen that leg away from our body. Okay? Lengthen the leg away from the body. 2, 1, release. Just give it a shake. We're going to take the legs now nice and wide. Now it's up to you on the depth of this movement. So if you want to go deeper, you can. The deeper you go, the more pressure it's going to put on your pelvic floor. So be mindful of that. We'll just start with like a nice sort of medium depth, right? So toes are pointed out as far as you can get them. Knees are out, and we're just going to sink. So as we inhale, we're sinking. As we exhale, pushing through the heels, coming back up. Now with your body, I'm going to face the side for you guys. With your body, we don't want the bottom to stick out. So we want to try and keep pubic bone slightly tucked to the belly button. Lost my balance. So pubic bone slightly tucked, turning out, coming in. It's going to be a lot for the hips. So just go with what you can do. Inhaling to drop. And again, the depth is up to you. You can do half depth. You can do a quarter depth or full depth if you can. Being loud. So think as low as you can go. So sinking as low as you can go, we're going to hold. So relax the shoulders, holding, taking deep breath in, deep breath out. And now we're going to pulse. So little pulses, we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Just turn the toes to face forward and then just drop down to give yourself a little bit of a stretch. So just hang. Let your body hang. Release the hamstrings. Don't lean too far back. So if you can sort of keep your weight over that middle part of the foot, middle part's the forefront of the foot, and then try and walk your hands back as far as you can take them. Tuck the head. Just release with a couple of deep breaths. And then walking your way back up. You can bend the knees to walk back up. Just lunging, so into the side. You're going to lunge, and we're going to reach up and over. And then we're going to inhale to come up. Exhale, other side. So just moving through. thing up. And if you want to turn, if it's more comfortable to have the feet turned out a little bit, you can turn the feet out a little bit. So start with feet facing forward. If that doesn't feel quite right, then we can do toes out. Whatever you feel comfortable with. We've got 3. 2. So really try and reach and lengthen up. And as we come back, really try and use that oblique. So using this oblique to bring you back up. Don't push, like you can push through the leg, but don't let the leg do all the work. Let your oblique do a little bit. And we're going to come feet back to our neutral. All right. So find that neutral again. I'm going to inhale to reach up. It's sort of hard to see. I'm going to kneel. You stay standing, but I'm going to kneel so you can see my arms because you can't see my arms from there. I'm going to reach up overhead. We're going to interlock the fingers. So reaching up as tall as you can. Relax the shoulders down away from you. We're going to inhale to go to one side. Then as we exhale, we're really using the obliques to bring you back to the middle. So inhale across. Exhale. Back. Center. Okay. So really lengthening the body as much as you can. Reaching up. Inhaling across. Exhale. Use those obliques. Really use and engage those tummy muscles to pull you back. So you're really feeling and thinking about the muscles on either side of our abs. That's what's dragging us back up. And when we get to the middle, really reach a little taller. Inhaling to go across. Exhale to come up. Then we're going to come arms nice and wide. Feet sort of neutral stance. We're going to come into a little bit of a rotation. So long arms. We're going to take a deep breath in as we exhale. We're just going to pulse here. So it's a short breath. It goes. Okay, so we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. I used to say, like, in a class before I had kids, like, breathe as if like you're in labor, like that short, fast breath. And I don't know about anyone else, but I did not breathe like that in labor. I did not do like there was none of that happening. There was like some very deep sort of belly yoga breaths going on in my birth. So if you did the short, shallow breathing in yours, that's good. But I used to say that, and then I had kids and was like, that's not actually how it works. Just coming across, let's stretch out the shoulder. So thumb down. Now, if you want to, as we stretch the shoulder, if you're still wanting to work, we can just come into a squat, so we can squat down, and then we can come up. If you still want to work as we're stretching that upper body, then you can. Now, option, if you want to, come up, balance, and back down. So come down, up, balance, down. So you can choose your option. Change arms when you're ready. So again, you can stay with the squat. You can just stretch if you like. It's like, watching my feet, I can see my right foot likes to turn out more than my left does. So my right foot always likes to see and make it easier. Yes, you can see. So pay attention to things like that on your, like if you're watching yourself or if you have a mirror to do in front of, pay attention. Guys, you're getting too loud. Too loud. I've got literally like 5 minutes. All right, so just come back, relax. Isabel, I said too loud. So relax the shoulders, tuck the chin, tilt the head across the side, drop down. This has been like, I'm so glad that my knees turned over. This has been great. The baby's quiet. They're not quiet, but they're happy, so that's good. So bonus. Coming back up, turning your head to the side, taking your arm, drop down. Yes, you've been a good girl today. I know. Playing with her horsey. Relax, then change sides when you're ready. So tilting the head to the side, taking the hair behind. I was up late last night trying to get the space back in order. We did our kitchen over the weekend. Guys, we did our kitchen over the weekend, and this yesterday was like chaos. Turn the head to the side, take the hair line and down. Okay. There was just stuff everywhere. There was dust everywhere. It was just destroyed. So I was up last night cleaning the space, making sure that we could have a nice space to do a session today. And it feels like they will wake up to a clean house, right? Okay, take both hands behind, tuck the chin, drop the head down. And take those last few deep breaths. And we're going to finish with a hip flexor stretch today. So taking left leg behind, right leg forward. What you're going to do is little soft through that right knee, little soft through the left knee, tuck pelvis under, reach forward, and then reach up. Then once you've reached up, we're going to reach across a little bit to that right leg. Coming back to center and back together. So right leg behind this time, soft left leg, soft right leg, pubic bones to belly button, reaching forward, reaching up. Now, last week we spoke about doing those pelvic floor exercises consistently. Remember, 3 sets of 10 seconds every day before you go to bed or as you're lying in bed before you go to sleep. So I want to know if you're doing them. So comment on the video or I'll unmute everyone in a sec. So shake it all out when you're ready. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks for joining everyone.